Hello, everyone. Yes, that was the bell for Battle of the Breakfast Sandwiches. This is round 7, folks, and it's the final round. Before I get started, if you're new here, this is a weekly series where I try to find the best breakfast sandwich in the Halifax area. That's a traditional breakfast sandwich with an English muffin, sausage, egg, and cheese. If you're new and you don't like spoilers, I have put a link in the description below to the playlist for the entire series. So if you want to go and watch that before continuing, please go ahead and do so. Otherwise, I'm going to talk about who's up in this round of Battle of the Breakfast Sandwiches. So Tim Hortons has been ruling ever since they came on, I believe, in round 3. And they've been consistent as well all along. I've been to 3 different Tim Hortons chains or different restaurants, and all of them have tasted just as good. Today, we're going to put them up against Robin's Donuts. That's a Canadian donut franchise. There used to be a lot of locations around Halifax. There was actually one not far from where I live in Lower Sackville, but that's since closed down. So I've got to go to the outskirts of the Halifax boundary to Enfield to pick up a Robin's Donuts breakfast sandwich, and we're going to put it up against Tim Hortons to see who's going to win. Let's go for a ride. Also, too, before we go for that ride, this is the last episode in the series, the final round. And the reason for that is I've exhausted all of the fast food locations that have breakfast sandwiches in the Halifax area. Hence why I'm going all the way out to Enfield, which is about almost a 20-minute drive from where I live outside the city. So starting next week, it'll still be Battle of the Breakfast Sandwiches, but I'm going to open up the floodgates. Any place that has breakfast sandwiches or revisit existing chains and just have a one-on-one competition. It'll just be a standalone each episode. And for example, I could go to Wendy's and say, what's your most popular menu item for breakfast? And I'll order that. Then I'll go to McDonald's. What's your most popular? A&W and so on. And open it up to other places, restaurants, perhaps, that offer breakfast sandwiches. The sky's the limit. I did have a suggestion from a subscriber back in the early episodes to try out Cup of Soul in Enfield because apparently they have a great breakfast sandwich. So I think I'm going to put them up in the first episode. If you have any suggestions in the Halifax area that makes a great breakfast sandwich, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to include them in the competition. Thanks for watching. Now let's go for that ride.
Welcome, Robin. I take your order.
Hi, do you have breakfast sandwich
Yes.
like on
All day.
on English muffins?
No, we just have one croissant.
Okay, can I have do you have sausage, egg, and cheese?
Yes.
I'll have one of those, please.
Will that be everything?
That's it.
Okay, $4.93. Drive through.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, folks, they don't have English muffins, so as the rules, it would be the next closest thing. So there's a croissant. They may win. Okay, folks, we've got a long lineup at the Tim Hortons drive-thru. So in order to make this fair, what I'm going to do, instead of ordering an English muffin from Tim Hortons, I'm going to make it like for like. So I'm going to order a Tim Hortons sausage, egg, and cheese, just like I got from Robin's Donuts. This is for all the marbles, folks. Will Red Robin's beat out Tim Hortons for the best breakfast sandwich? Stay tuned.
Well, Prince One, let me help you.
Hi, could I get do you have sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant?
I do, but we have no croissants.
Okay, an English muffin?
Okay.
And that's it.
That's $4.59.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm waiting in the lineup. This Tim Hortons is crazy busy. I'm surprised for being so far outside of Halifax that it's this busy. They were all out of croissants. I ordered an English muffin one, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive back towards Fall River, and because it's not fair. Tim Hortons does have the croissants, and I'm thinking If they're sold out, it must mean it's good. So I'm going to keep driving another 5 minutes, and I'm going to find a Tim Hortons that does have a croissant. So I'll have 3 to taste today. Stay tuned.
Good afternoon, may I take your order?
Hi, could I have a sausage and egg breakfast sandwich on a croissant? Yes.
I'm not sure. All we have right now are everything.
Okay, that's fine. Yep.
And it was sausage or bacon?
Sausage. Sausage, egg, and cheese.
Yep.
And that's it.
That's $5.97, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so it's more expensive than the Robbins Donuts one, $5.97. So here we are, folks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Tim Hortons English Muffin one that I got just to test it for consistency. So there's the Robbins Donuts one. So we have a croissant, egg, looks like it's freshly cracked, and it looks like it has a white cheese on it. I'm not sure. Oh man, that does look good. Egg looks a little bit overdone, but we'll see. The Tim Hortons, the egg, cheese, and the nice patented juicy sausage. And here's Tim Hortons' version of a croissant. Oh, that looks good. Nice juicy sausage, egg, and cheese. So again, what we're going to do is I will first do the taste test on the Robbins Donuts versus Tim Hortons. We'll do Tim Hortons first. The winner always goes first. And then Robbins. And then, after we declare the winner of the Battle of the Breakfast Sandwiches, the whole 9 yards, we will test this one for consistency. Stay tuned, folks. Taste test coming up. Okay, folks, here we are. I apologize for the lighting again. I had to find it. The sun is so low in the sky in the winter when you're in the northern hemisphere. It doesn't matter what time of day. It's hard to get the right lighting. So I apologize for the shade coming down, but otherwise it would be glaring sunlight. Here's Tim Hortons. So a nice soft croissant. I actually prefer croissant to an English muffin. It is, I can tell you, it is soft and flaky. So this is like for like. And if you remember the rules that I set out in the first episode, if they don't have an English muffin, I will take their next closest sandwich. Now, it just so happens that Tim Hortons also has croissants. So this is actually going to be a like for like. And kudos to Tim Hortons to be able to offer both. Not all restaurants do that. So here we go with Tim Hortons breakfast croissant. Oh, that is amazing. The croissant is buttery, and then it's got the Tim Hortons freshly cracked egg and juicy sausage. This is delicious. I'm not crazy about the everything bagel spice that they have on it, but the croissant is delicious. I want to have another bite. But we have to go to Robbins. And we should do a palate cleanse. Here we go. Robbins. There we go, folks. Doesn't that look good? Not even close. This is good, but the croissant isn't quite as flaky. The sausage isn't as juicy. I'm not getting the flavors coming through. It's a good croissant sandwich, but this is over the top. This is delicious. Tim Hortons wins Battle of the Breakfast Sandwiches. Now, let's find out about the consistency. Are they consistent? This will be I believe, my fourth Tim Hortons location with the breakfast sandwich, English muffin. I'm supposed to have pizza tonight at my daughter's. I don't. I think I'm going to be full because I've got to eat all these. I'm not going to throw them away. Delicious. Look, it's as if I ordered all of these sandwiches from the same restaurant, from the same location. And that's the important thing for franchises, right? You've developed a formula, at least the franchisor has developed a formula that works, patented, rolled it out, sold it to franchisees. You maintain that formula. We've seen inconsistencies like the McDonald's one. I went back to a different one. I did a separate video outside last week where I went to a McDonald's and redid their competition from a different location. And McDonald's ended up winning. But that's an example of where they're not consistent. Tim Hortons has been consistent all the way through, 4 different locations, adaptable menus. This croissant is delicious. I'm happy to declare Tim Hortons the champion in the Halifax area of the breakfast sandwich. So again, folks, starting next week, it'll be a new series. It'll still be Battle of the Breakfast Sandwiches, but it'll be a different format. I'm not going to limit it to fast food, and I'm going to put their best breakfast sandwich on the menu up against another restaurant's breakfast sandwich. So stay tuned for that starting next week. And I'd like to thank you all for sticking with the series and watching it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any recommendations that are in the Halifax area, I've already got one. It's a place out in Enfield I'm going to be trying out. I might do that one next week. And but if you have any other recommendations around Halifax, let me know, and I'll be sure to put them into the rotation. Thanks again for watching, everybody. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. And if you're new here, and if you like everything in the culinary world, from food reviews to recipes, please consider subscribing. There's going to be playlists, the links that are going to be showing up. If you want to check it out first and then consider subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks again, everyone. Jamie, signing off. This is amazing.